You created the show Unstable, premiering August 1st on Netflix, partially as kind of a panic response to the idea that you work in too close a proximity with your dad and may never escape his shadow. But with all due, was creating a show to star in with your dad, semi-based on your real life, a way to distance yourself?
It was a terrible idea in regards to my mental health.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Is that true?
Oh, absolutely. I like that you said panic response too. That's accurate. This is a real story. Again, it's fun to do press and remember the quirky, but this is very real. We were 2 weeks into filming the first season, and I made, part of the reason we created the show was because I was going insane working in proximity to him, and we thought that was a funny story to tell. And 2 weeks into filming,
because you worked with your dad on
911 Lone Star. I
yes.
wrote on that show for 4 years, and I wrote 5 episodes, and was deeply ingrained in the writing process. And that's where I learned from, because I started as a staff writer. I was the lowest on the totem pole, and I worked my way up to story editor. Thank you. And worked hard and learned a lot, but it was going insane, working. Essentially, you're writing for him, and I ended up writing a lot of stuff for him, and and he's, it drove me bonkers. Whoa! I liked that moment. There we go. Let's go.
Are you my person?
We might have to hang out more.
Wow. Okay, go on.
But and so 2 weeks into filming the first season, this is obviously down the line, I had a legitimate, little mental breakdown. I walked off set and I went into my trailer and I went, oh shit, I was trying to become my own person.
Yes.
And get distance away from him.
Yes.
And I am now his co-star.
Yes.
My face is next to his on a one sheet.
Right.
And I will be doing press with him. It was all these realizations dawned on me. And I remember calling my representatives, and which is so funny. I'm like, I got to call my reps. That's the first thing.
That's hilarious.
And they were like,
yeah, you did
chill
this.
out. Yeah. They were like,
You're like, girl, this was your thing.
They were like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're doing this. And they're also like, and by the way, I think this is important to say, they helped me find the normal perspective, or the healthy perspective, where it's like, you should feel grateful that you get to do this for a variety of reasons.
Yes.
Namely, this, my dad won't be around forever. It'll be amazing that we share this together. And B, it's hard to work in an entertainment industry.
Yeah,
That's
have
a big
something.
deal.
Yeah.
So
Well, I have to say, I think it's so counterintuitive, because you're also dealing with something head on that maybe has been the thing that you have not wanted to deal with. I have so many people who come on, and I remember when I was a producer at the morning show at CBS, which was when I first met your publicist a very long time ago.
Shout out, Jen.
And I remember Tina Louise, who played Ginger on Gilligan's Island, coming on to promote a line of parasols. And she said, no questions about Gilligan's Island. And I'm like, girl, this is what we want to talk to you about. So it's smart that you're leaning into this thing, which is your relationship with your dad and whatever. And so you can talk about it, and it's also fascinating to people, and it's fascinating to me. And then your next project, which is going to be even bigger, and it's going to be you, and everyone's going to be like, let's just talk about John Owen Lowe. And at the end, oh, by the way, how's your dad?
God, I hope so.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so,
I really
too.
do. And so maybe this will weirdly be therapeutic for you.
I think, you know what? Thank you for that. I agree. I hope so. And I believe so too. Yeah. But I'm walking through it right now.